Hello everybody, it's Matt here from Team JHQ with Ty in the background because, yes you are, and we are doing a updated Kaizerion deck profile. It's been a while since I did this, so I'm just going to get straight into the profile. Pick some cards. So firstly we got 2 copies of Tiger Frost. Its ability is Act. Put this from the hand or the field into the soul of card you are ride on. If this card is in the soul of card that you are ride on, it gives that card Penetrate. Next up, we've got 3 copies of Bird Deity Sabed. Again, put this from hand of field into soul, and then if you have 6 life or less, and this card is in the soul of a card you ride on, pay a gauge, give the card double attack. And then 4 copies of Ocean Deity Slashark. If this card is in the soul, power plus 1000, defense plus 1000. Next, 3 copies of Elfhisian. This is one of the new ones from, what was it? Heroes and Adventurers. That's it. Counteract. Choose a card you will ride on the field and put this card into soul. From the field into the chosen card soul. And pay a gauge. If you do, you may ride a card with ride and with Kaizerion, its card name, on top of the chosen card without paying the ride cost. So essentially, swing with this, counter, cheap out for King Kaizerion. And the card you're ride on with this card in soul gains counter attack.
Which is ridiculous.
Yep. Now we're on to size 3s. We are on Evil Sword Deity Dark Kaizerion. Core cost pay 2 gauge. Act. During your turn, you may remove a soul from a card you ride on the field. If you do, stand this card back up. And then soul card ride. Put the top card deck into soul. Pay 2 gauge. Next, we've got the King Kaizerion. Ride. Put this on top of a Brave Machine, and on the field, pay 2 gauge. If this card has 3 or more soul, this cannot be rested by your opponent's card effects, and its attack cannot be nullified if it's attacking alone by card effects. Souls in this card cannot be destroyed. Soul Guard and Ride, put this card on top of a card that you will ride on and pay 2 gauge. Then, one of the new ones from XBTO4, which is Driven to Disorder, I believe. Ruinous Beast, Battle Robo, Chaos Gaiden Row. 2 copies of this guy. If you have an item equipped, the gauge cost written in this card's core cost is reduced by 1. So you put 1 or more monsters from your field into this card's soul and pay 2 gauge. So if you have an item equipped, it's pay 1.
And ride is counted, right? So you're fine.
When an item on your field attacks, you may stand this card. The ability only activates once a turn. So after it does double attack and soul guard. And it's a 7/2/7. Next to MVP of Kaizerion deck is of course my buddy Kaizerion. We all know what this guy does. So 8000 power, 3 crit, 3 defense, core cost pay 2 gauge. When he enters the field or ride, put to 1 card Brave Machine from drop zone into this card soul. If there are 3 more, gains a crit. Soul guard, ride is pay 2 gauge. Spells. 4 of your standard, I've seen 3 moves, nullify the attack. Next, we've got 4 copies of 100,000 Years Too Early. I may only cast this card if I am being attacked. Null the attack and then choose an item on your field and it gains a defense plus 1000. Next up, Body of Steel. We all know what Body of Steel does. Counter, choose a Brave Machine in battle, give it defense plus 5k and counter attack. 4 Call Super Machines. Pay 1 gauge, search for up to 1 Brave Machine from deck, put it to hand. And that can actually lead into, because this spell is Brave Machine, Hyper Energy. So Hyper Energy, top 4 cards of the deck into gauge, and it's searchable. So that's a thing, right, Ty?
Like all the total search power, like a superhero Brave Machine, yeah, you know, just
all the search.
All the things.
Then we've got 3 copies of Super Headquarters Brave 4. This is essentially your try and return system for Hero World, except with the difference is when your Brave Machine rides or enters the field, put top card deck into gauge. And if your life becomes 0, it's destroy a card you ride on and get rid of this to reset your life to 1. Next, 2 copies of It's About Time I Got Serious. 6 life or less, pay gauge, draw 2. Go cast it once a turn. Lastly for spells, Brave Machine Hanger. I can only cast this if I'm ride or station on a card. Counter, choose a card on the field and look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Put up to 1 card from among them into soul, the rest into gauge. And I can only cast it once a turn. And then lastly, the impact, 2 copies of Brave Energy Full Drive.
All the cheese.
All of the cheese. We all know what that does. Anyway, that's been my Kaizerion deck profile. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Check out our Facebook page, the Team JHQ page, our Twitter at Team JHQ YouTube, and as always, happy gaming.